When a dune is formed, every grain of sand is at fault, but no single grain feels guilty because they blame every other grain. There is no consideration for what they have buried either. That's blamed on time and it couldn't have been prevented. They are the grains of sand that have piled on my wing. It was not defective before, although they said it was. It may have looked different, but there was nothing wrong with its existence. They punished it for being there and aimed to remove it, but what they failed to realize was that a vulture could not live without its wings. And so my wing was left buried.
The dune still piles now. Of course, the dune is only a figurative explanation for a problem with no physical form, but it exists all the same. It is the constant reprimand, the conditioning that caused his wing to suffocate. Even when the reprimand did not exist, its ghost and even its mere absence haunted him to the same consequence. They want his wing dead. That's why it has slowly been buried, more sand added with the steady passing of time. But it's not dead. It still whispers to him. With every thought he has, the wing responds to it. It lives spiritually in his head, even though it has long since died physically. But its thoughts are silent, which to most is enough for them not to exist.
When I ignore something, it still exists. When they bury something, it still exists. And as far as I'm concerned, it still hurts. I'm hurting, but I am ignored, and I still hurt. No one can do anything to help either. Despite my circumstances being their fault, I am the one who must rise above them. They are obstacles that do not need to exist. If I ignore them, they will still exist. But maybe they'll go away. I wish them away.
However, he cannot ignore the wing, as it whispers to him in a constant frenzy of thoughts. He can't ignore the hurt it feels and the hatred it has for this world and the people who have wronged it. Penman Camel can't ignore what has wronged him. Vultures have hurt him, so he must hurt vultures. But if he were to carelessly mangle even one vulture, nature would guilt him and the vultures would follow.
I've thought of the best way to hurt vultures back for a while, and then I realized it was this. It was my absence that hurt the most. That is why I'm here. I can't play God, Vulture Flynn, although I wish I could. If I ignore you, you will still exist. So if you want to scare me with your presence, then I can't stop you.
His name may be Penman Camel, but unlike the camel he wishes himself to be, he's only a vulture. He realizes that he is no better than you, Vulture Flynn, but when he compares himself to you, it hurts, because he knows he can't fly like you. You fly and he'll never catch up. And he knows that he can't know what you know, Vulture Flynn. I hardly even know myself.